Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Family Moments, where we use really cool object lessons
that teach the truth about what
matters most.
Exactly. And today, we're gonna have some fun with this.
What's that? It looks like a Joker's hat.
You mean like from a deck of cards?
Or maybe like the Joker from Batman.
Well, no, though you are close. This is actually a jester's hat, or something that a fool might wear.
A fool?
Yeah, to celebrate April Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day?
You mean that holiday where people like to play pranks with things like whoopee cushions and hand buzzers and fake spiders?
That's the one.
Never heard of it.
Ow, brother. Hey kids, Pastor Robbie here, along with today's special co-hosts, Nathan, Autumn, Jaden, and Amaris.
Hello.
And today, we're going to have some fun learning about folly.
Folly, what does that mean? Oh, I know, like deck the halls, folly la 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 la.
No, not quite. Folly is a word that means being foolish or careless or crazy or even reckless.
I know some people like that.
And the opposite of folly would be the word prudent. Have you ever heard of that word?
Prudent? Isn't that like chewing gum?
Well, no, that would actually be trident. Prudent is a word that means showing care and thought for the future.
What does this have to do with April Fool's Day?
Well, we like to have fun on April Fool's Day by doing silly pranks. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the Bible has a lot to say about living our lives with foolish behavior. And it likes to compare folly with prudence.
I'm guessing you've got a verse for us.
Oh yeah, there are many verses, but let's start by looking at Proverbs 16:22, where it says, "Prudence is a fountain of life to the prudent, but folly brings punishment to fools."
What does that mean?
Well, it means that if you are prudent and make wise decisions, your life will be blessed. But if you chase folly and make foolish choices, your life will not turn out so well.
Interesting.
Let me share another verse found in Proverbs 12:15, where it says, "The way of fools seems right to them, but the wise listen to advice."
So foolish people think they know it all?
Well, a lot of times they do. But wise people listen to the advice of others. Wise people try to make decisions that please God. Let me demonstrate this for you with a little object lesson I like to call Fool's Paradise. And all we're going to need is 2 containers or vases, some food coloring, some water, a large spoon, a measuring cup, some bleach, and some baking soda. Now, let's pour some water in this first container and pretend it's the life of a foolish person. And he makes all kinds of foolish choices. He sees the pretty colors of the food coloring and he wants them all. Even though other people tell him he shouldn't use them all, he doesn't listen to wise people. He does what seems right to him. He's living a life of folly where the only thing that matters is what he wants to do. So he pours in some red. Then he pours in some blue. Then he pours in some yellow. And then he pours in some green. And he thinks it's gonna be wonderful. But when we mix them all up, what happens?
Yuck, it's all dark.
Right, and that's what happens when we think we know it all. But let's fill this second container with water and pretend it's a wise person. And he wants his life to be colorful. But he seeks instruction from others, and he notices on the back of the food coloring box it says, if he wants to make green, he just mixes blue with yellow like this. And voila, we have green.
Cool.
You see, to live a colorful life, we just need to follow God's instructions and also listen to the advice of wise people.
But what about the poor foolish person? Yeah, is any hope for him?
Well, the good news is, with Jesus there's always hope, even for those who have made foolish choices. But he has to turn to Jesus. So let's pretend that this measuring cup is Jesus. And we'll pour some bleach in here. and we'll add some baking soda and stir it up. Now let's pretend that the fool turns his life over to Jesus. Watch what Jesus can do.
Hey, Jesus cleaned up his life.
Amazing.
Why do people make foolish decisions in the first place?
It's because we're selfish by nature and we like shiny things, and we want them now.
What do you mean?
Well, let's say you had a big test to study for, but instead you went over to your friend's house and played games all day.
Yeah, that'd be fun, but I probably wouldn't do very good on my test.
You're right. You have to train yourself to make wise decisions to do what's important first. Or amorous. What if your mom made a whole batch of chocolate chip cookies and said you could have one before dinner, but instead you ate 10 of them?
10, I'll probably get sick.
Probably right. Not the wisest choice in the world.
So how do we train ourselves to make wise choices?
Great question. The best thing to do is to read God's Word and listen to wise people like your parents and learn to put others first. And then train yourself to ask, is it wise, before every decision you make. If you do these things, you will live that fountain of life that Proverbs talks about.
You sound like a recipe for life.
Learning to be prudent and avoid folly is a beautiful thing. So, gang, what did we learn today?
I learned that folly means making decisions that are foolish, careless, crazy, or even reckless.
And being prudent means making decisions that are careful, thoughtful, and wise.
Exactly.
And the best way to train yourself to make wise decisions is by reading the Bible and listening to wise people.
Very good.
Now, since this is kind of a holiday episode, we thought we'd give you a little gift.
A little gift? You didn't have to do that? Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. This isn't one of those tricks where a snake jumps out, is it?
Well,
Yeah, you gotta get up pretty early in the morning to fool me.
you're pretty smart.
What can I say? This ain't my first rodeo. Wait a minute. There's nothing in here.
You gotta pull the string first.
What string? What are you talking about? Pull the string. Oh well.
It works!
Yeah. We'll see you around. Today's episode was sponsored by 2911 Wood Worx, where they make incredible wood products like cutting boards, charcuterie boards, signs, and so much more. If you dream it, they will build it. And of course, they make some pretty cool necklaces too, just like the ones we're giving away to anyone who joins the Fam Club between now and Easter. You can find out more about 2911 Wood Worx by checking out their website listed in the description below. And if you'd like to find out more about possibly sponsoring a Family Moments episode or a series of episodes, just send us an email at contact@familymomentsfun.com. We'd love to talk to you about partnering with us as we teach the truth about what matters most.